I've just been editing one of my last videos and I realised that I've been so busy today that I haven't even picked up a book, and yesterday was the last day of January and I finished my last book, so I needed to decide what I was going to read, what I was going to start reading now. I've had this book that I think I'm going to read. I've had it on my TBR for quite a while now. It's probably one of the older ones because I haven't bought a lot of books recently. I was just really daunted because it is, I believe, literary fiction, and I tend to just gravitate towards faster paced books like thrillers, and this book has gotten so much hype. So I saw a review, or like a little post about this book on this really great Instagram account called Read with Chelsea M. I'll leave her Instagram down in the description so you guys can go and follow her if you fancy that. So I thought I would give it a go because, yeah, I'm sort of scared. I'm sort of excited as well. So I don't think I've ever really read a book that's similar to this. But anyway, yeah, I think I'm going to dive into this book, and in true Chloe fashion, I'll probably just make myself a cup of tea, sit in my comfy chair and read. And if there's anything worthy updating you guys on, I will do that. So it's the 2nd of February today. I've already read some of Where the Crawdads Sing. I so far got to page 63, which is chapter 9, and so far I'm finding it really interesting. For me, as someone that really enjoys thrillers and is into true crime and just in general sort of things that centre around murder, I guess, I'm finding this really interesting because, and this isn't a spoiler, it says it on the blurb, part of this book is following the Marsh girl called Kaya, and then the other half, so there's two timelines, one's in 1952, I want to say. One of the timelines in 1952, and that's when we're following Kaya as a 6-year-old, and then the other timeline is in 1969, which is when a body is found in the marsh, or in some sort of area. I don't think it's actually in the marsh, but it's basically found, and it seems really suspicious, and they're wondering, is this an accident or is this foul play? But it's been so good so far, and it's currently just gone 8 o'clock. I haven't got any lessons or meetings until 1 o'clock, so I've got plenty of time to just do whatever I want and whatever I need to get done. I've made myself a coffee, and I'm gonna sit and drink my coffee and read a little bit more of Where the Crawdads Sing. But also, before I start reading, can we not just take a moment to look at the view outside my window? Hey guys, I thought I'd just give you a little update. I have not done a lot of reading since I last updated you, which, you know, is really bad of me. I should be reading, but I'm just doing lots of other stuff. And also yesterday, for me, obviously, one of my favourite booktubers announced a readathon that she's doing along with some other booktubers and bookstagrammers. I'm not going to name all of them because there's so many. The two booktubers were Drinking by Myself and Emma Tobias. This readathon is running from the 1st of March to the 31st of March, and it's a Taylor Swift readathon, so I'm super excited. And I'm just planning out sort of which books that I'd like to fit into the prompts. I definitely recommend anyone that, whether you have a booktube channel or you're just interested in reading, definitely participate in this readathon, because this is a massive group effort, and they've made this readathon super accessible to anyone, whether you're someone that tends to only read a couple of books a month or someone that reads a lot of books a month. You can really choose how many you want to read for this readathon, so it's really exciting. So I'll leave the 2 announcement videos in the description box so you guys can go and click it and check it out. And obviously I'm going to be filming, I'll be vlogging that month and that readathon so that I can put it up on YouTube. Right, a little update on this book. I'm on page 126, which is chapter 18, and I'm absolutely loving it. So far it's definitely living up to all the great things and living up to my expectations. At this point, the whole idea of what I said before with the plot line with there being a dead body is, you know, super interesting and it adds to the book, but I could actually honestly have read, like, I would still be enjoying this if it was just about the main girl and her relationship with different people. So one of the characters that she has a relationship with is Tate, who is just like the most wholesome character, just a very good person, and so far he's not done anything bad, and he just seems like a 100% good person, and I'm absolutely enjoying that so much. And also her relationship with two other characters, a husband and wife called Jumpin and Mabel. Her relationship, so I'm not going to say much about her parents, but essentially she has a lack of parental figures in her life, and Jumpin and Mabel are definitely taking over the parental figures in her life, which is just absolutely amazing in their relationships. And the thing is, they're doing it out of the, or at least it appears that they're doing it out of the kindness of their hearts. They don't seem to be, they just again seem like really wholesome characters. I'm really enjoying it. I'm also really enjoying the atmosphere of this book and the descriptions of different places, in particular the marsh. And I also think that Kaya as a character is just such an amazing character. She is, despite the fact that she's not formally educated, she is just one of the smartest human beings that I've ever read about in a book. And I think people tend to underestimate people that are not necessarily, you know, educated in the traditional sense, that even if you haven't got a traditional education, then you can still be an extremely smart individual, which she definitely is. I've seriously tried to film this update multiple times now, so and they've gone wrong every single time, so I probably should know what I'm talking about at this point. I didn't update the vlog yesterday. Today is the 4th of February. But I thought yesterday, I mean, I was busy, I had lectures, I had meetings, I was doing booktube things and bookstagram things, and I also really wanted to finish this book, which I did. So I thought I would give you a quick update now. I'm not going to say much about it because I will obviously be touching on it in my February wrap up. I really enjoyed this book. I gave it 5 stars. I thought it was really good, and I thought it lived up to the hype, and it definitely met the expectations that I had for it. There's certain people that in their reviews have said that there's maybe some slightly unrealistic things in the book and that the pacing was a bit off, but for me personally, I really enjoyed the pacing, and the things that people point out, I can see that, yeah, they're probably not hyper realistic, but I read first and foremost as a form of escapism, and I just really enjoy diving into fictional worlds, so I'm fully aware of that when I'm reading, that it is fictional. I'm not trying to make the story seem real to me. I'm fully aware that it's fiction while I'm reading, and I still enjoy it, so that did not take away from my reading experience whatsoever. But yeah, I gave it 5 stars and I really enjoyed it, and if you want to hear potentially more about it, then definitely make sure that you're around when I have my February wrap-up go up. I'm not going to say much more. I'm going to leave the vlog here, and all I'm going to say is thank you so much to everyone that's been supporting me recently. It hasn't even been a week since my first video went up, and I already feel so supported, and I'm just really happy, and I hope that comes across in my videos. Obviously right now I'm still maybe a little bit rusty with all this stuff because it's an unnatural thing talking to a camera, but I'm hoping it's going to get better. It will get better. I'm manifesting it for myself. It's going to get better. And yeah, just thank you to anyone that I've met through Bookstagram and Booktube, but also my family members and friends that I've known for a long time who are supporting me through this, because it's really nice and it makes things a lot easier and a lot less awkward for me. If you enjoyed this video, then remember to subscribe. Check out my Bookstagram, which I will link down below, and I will see you in my next video.